Hello everyone, this is the Super Wig Maker. This is another video for another order, and just because it might get a little tiring for people to keep seeing just orders, I'm telling you that I promised every customer whenever I make their first order or every unique order they make a video. So I have a couple of customers that are already returning. Like there are a couple of customers that have bought from me like 3-4 times already, and they bought the exact same thing, so I didn't feel the need to make a new video. So this is another lady, a new one, a new customer. Her name is Chanekqua, and she's from USA, and she wants a typical 4x4 closure. I have purchased new ribbon, and it's a brown ribbon. I mean, it's black hair. I don't want to put the pink ribbon that I have. Where is it? This one. Because, you know, I was little, I didn't know in the beginning. I was just taking a ribbon that imitates skin, but what skin? My skin. Anyway, this looks much better with the brown ribbon, and she sent me this hair. So in this video I'm gonna make, this is nothing typically new. It's gonna be something that I have done before, and this is a half definition closure with high definition hairline. So I want to make it a little practical and explain to people what I do for the perimeter, because a lot of people just ask me practical things, and I want to show you how I make the edges with more density, yada yada, how I change the ventilation direction, which is something that I spoke in previous videos as well, but this is another order and I'm just gonna show you the order, so why not talk about some practical things as well. So I have some hair prepared. I have removed the very short strands, and I'm gonna use this to ventilate. And I'm gonna show you how I do this. First of all, I'm gonna make about 5 rows of 2 strands per knot, every knot, because I ventilate that way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or maybe 6, because I want it to be an even number. So let me just finish that first, and then I'm gonna come back to you and show you how I proceed with the rest of it. I just did the back, as you can see. It's actually 6 rows ventilated in every hole, 2 to 3 strands per hole, and I have multiple directions here. That's why you see that I have this bounce. It doesn't lay too flat. So now I'm gonna show you a little bit. I'm not gonna show the whole thing. So I'm taking a little bit of hair, and I'm gonna start. I have 6 rows here, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ventilate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's 5 is enough. Yeah, 5 is enough because of the side. And I'm gonna have 5 rows here and 5 rows here. I put a little more in the back because, you know, it needs to conceal things better here, but I put 5 here. And then I'm gonna proceed making the normal definition, the ventilation. I'm skipping 1 hole here, and I'm gonna do a couple of rows like that. So I'm putting a couple of strands here, preferably 2, but I might grab 3 here. I hope I'm on frame. And this is a transition row. This and the other one are gonna be transition rows, because they're gonna have a little bit more hair than this, but a little less than this. So it's gonna be a little bit more transitioning. So I'm gonna skip the rest of the rows, and I'm gonna come back to you and show you exactly how it looks. So I ventilated a little bit, and I just wanted to make a small update. You can see how the approximately 5 rows look. And they're almost concealing everything, but of course with more hair it conceals better. Now the transition that I was talking about is this has more hair than this. Okay, this is natural density. The previous one is thick density, and the even further back is even thicker. See how thick that is. So I'm gonna continue like this. I don't have anything else to do. Oops. And then when I reach the front, I'm gonna make sure that all this area is gonna be high definition. This ribbon is a little forward than this, but it's not gonna be visible anyway. And I always ventilate past here. I'm gonna show you when I reach this part. I'm gonna keep this thread for now. I'm gonna fill in this area, and then I'm gonna come back to you and show you how it looks and the process of making it. Okay, so I actually lost a little bit of footage, but it's okay. This is where the half definition is, and you can see that the knots are a little bit more obvious, and you can also see the higher density in the edges here as well. Nothing new, I already explained. And about 2 centimeters, at least 2 centimeters. Not only the higher density here is getting a little less dense. It's not as dense as this in this area as well. It still is denser than this is denser than that because it's still an edge and it still needs to kind of conceal things. And this is the high definition part, and of course the knots are still not bleached, so that's how it looks in the very edge of it. And I ventilate about this density here is exactly identical to this here. The difference is that this has more grouped hair. This has single strand, single knot. This has 2 strands, single knot, but it has more spacing. I ventilate up to the black marking with the same density as here, and then the last 4, 5, or 6 rows, I can say so, worth of lace, I start ventilating sparse knots here and there. I do follow kind of a pattern, but because I don't want to have some strands clogging in one place and they have a lot of spacing, so I do try to maintain an evenness even in the sparse knots, but it is supposed to be kind of like more shuffled and not so uniform, so it doesn't really follow. It's not so uniform and you know, a perfect shape. So I'm gonna take it out to show you against my skin how that looks, because you can't really see the hairline with this black marking here. And then of course I'm gonna bleach the knots, and I'm gonna show you the difference between non-bleached and bleached knots. Okay, I had people ask me what is the hook that I'm using. They're just embroidery hooks, and I have 3 of them. Now here's what, I could use this one because it's big and it can fit that, but I can also use this one because it's gonna fit. So how I'm doing this, I'm actually opening this, or yeah, no, I don't need to open that, sorry. I'm taking some thread here. Let me just take yellow thread because I have plenty and I don't need it. So where is, oh. Okay, I'm gonna need a lot of thread. Don't be cheap on that. Get plenty of it. And then I need to take a needle. Through. On frame, I have to be on frame. Okay. So I have it like that, and the first thing I'm gonna do is, sorry, I had it correctly. I'm gonna start from here. So what I'm doing is I'm placing this thread, making sure that it's not gonna, yeah, it just self-knotted. Take a look, guys, let me get some new thread here. right. This time it's gonna be correct. Make sure it doesn't self-knot this time. Go on, little thread. Oh god. Okay. So I'm starting from here again. Pulling it through up to here, and then what I do is for the first part I'm just gonna tie a knot here. Not too tight, but I will have to knot it like a couple of times to make sure that it's not gonna move. So now what I'm doing is I'm pulling this back here. It's better to do it like that. And I'm not pulling it too tight because it's gonna go towards that side and I don't want to. I want this to be as centered as possible, so I'm just estimating kind of like that. This edge is very important. Okay. Okay, I think that the thread is not enough, so I'm gonna have to cut a little more. But let's do as much as I can now. Yellow thread was a good choice because you can actually see what I'm doing. If I had brown thread, it wouldn't be that visible. Okay, make sure that it's centered. Edge. I might not need any more thread, to be honest with you. This could possibly be enough. Yeah, I think it's enough. Okay, it's not too tight, so let me just get to the front. I'm putting it very much in the edge of it because I don't this area is gonna be cut off. It's on the edge, so I don't really mind putting it here because this is open lace, so it might rip easily if you pull it too much. So let's make sure that we don't pull it too much. Okay, as you can see, it's not super tight or anything, but I don't need it to be super tight. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pull it back here. I'm using my mouth, and I'm gonna tie a knot on itself here. And again, one more time just to be sure. Doesn't matter because this part is gonna be cut off later. So where is it? And there you have everything going downwards, so nothing touches the lace apart from the knots. And if you really need to, you can actually give it a nice thorough brush to make sure that everything is flying upwards. And on this case downwards, but we want it to go that way and not touch the lace. So make sure that everything is just fine. Put your fingers through it and just make sure that everything goes downwards. See? Do it like that. Okay, and now I'm ready to bleach this. I'm not gonna show the whole process obviously because you have already seen me bleaching knots, but I'm gonna show you how it's how the bleach is, how it is with the bleach, and how on this side it doesn't stain too much. And then I just put it between two buckets, and you can see that it's just, the bleach is merely touching like about 1 millimeter above the lace. So if I see that I have any spots that are a little bit too vacant, I just might apply a little more and just press it in just to make sure that it's going to penetrate. I'm not so interested in the sides where I have the intense density here, but I want this to be bleached as well because why not? I mean, it's part of the piece, isn't it? So I'm gonna wait about 10 minutes because I don't want to over bleach this, because I don't want this to turn into a 613 or a number 27 or something, which is gonna be like a ginger blonde. I want this to be mildly bleached, so I'm gonna wait about 10 minutes and then I'm just gonna wash it off, and it's gonna be good for a dark skin tone. It's gonna be slightly darker than my skin, perfect for the lady. And it's done. It's mildly, it's still wet a little bit, but let me just see. The knots are mildly bleached, and that's how they look against my skin. If you could pick the color, it's like a light brown, I would say, so it will probably fit the skin of a darker person, like an African American. So I'm gonna let it dry because I don't want this to be wet. So thanks for watching. Ask me anything you want. I'm gonna put my mail on the description of the video as well as in the end of this video. Ask me anything you want or watch my videos because I pretty much explain most of my stuff there. Thanks for watching.